What is up, ladies and gentlemen? We are back, man. Dylan has been away for a while. Back with a big board 3.0. 3.0. How you feel, Dill?
These are my favorite. These are literally my favorite videos to do. My Wi-Fi has been horrible all day. I'm hoping it could just last for us enough to just to do this video
Yeah, Dill, like basically, if it was up to Dill, we would do a new big board every single day.
every day, bro. I love
Every
these.
single day. Like something changes every single day. But we're up to 17 players now, Dill.
I
Um, I'll kick it off for you.
love
I'll give
that.
you my 17. Guy we have not talked about. I don't think we ever mentioned him
Okay.
on this show. Amari Allen for Alabama.
Okay.
A high energy wing. He defends, he rebounds. He kind of like, I see a little bit of that Thomas Howell in him where he's just kind of got like a nonstop motor. Um, and his jumper has just seemed to improve like all season long for Alabama. He's starting to be more of like one of those core like scorers or guys who's going to get a bucket for you. He's got deep range. He shoots multiple feet behind the line. He
Yeah.
could become a valuable two-way NBA contributor at that like late teens kind of pick.
Yeah. That's not horrible. I probably wouldn't have him in my top 17. I think he'd be more in late 20s for me. This is why we do this though, because all every opinion is going to be different. So, I like it for you. My number 17 guy is going to be Chris Cenac. He's moved down two spots since the last time we talked about him, and then the last time we talked about him before that, he moved down four spots. So he's been slowly but surely dropping down the board a little bit. Just not seeing the productive stats that I thought we were going to out of him. Not like he's been horrible this year. I don't think by any means he's been horrible. I just thought that he would maybe play a bigger role for Houston. Just a lot of fouls, man. He just fouls a lot, and I think he's good defensively. I just don't think he's elite defensively like I thought he was going to be. But he's a number like he's a young guy. I have him at he's going to be 19.4 at the draft, so he's going to be one of the youngest guys in the draft. So a lot of room for him to grow, I think.
I agree with you, and I will say like I wasn't too big on him in our first mock draft when you talked about him, but
Yep.
he had a great game, some great flashes against Iowa State the other night. Like seeing how he can impact the game rebounding wise, being such a long, like athletic, mobile,
Yep. Yep.
player. Like could definitely see the upside there, and especially with if he gets his shot, maybe a little bit of quicker release and stuff like that, become more knocked down from outside. You want to snake it, or you just want me to go
Sure.
straight?
Yeah, we can snake.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Yeah, I'll go to my number 16. This is another guy we have not talked about. I don't think we've mentioned his name at all on the podcast. I'm going Dalen Swain out of Texas.
Mm.
Just a guy that I think's been really under the radar. Being on, I guess, draft Twitter, you just see a lot of him. I think he's a very trendy pick. Just a big wing, 6'8", 225. He's a little bit older. He's going to be I think 21.3 at the draft, if I had that correct. 20.9. So he's going to be a little bit younger than I thought. But yeah, I mean, he's averaging, 18 points a game, big wing, shoots the ball okay. I think that's why he hasn't been super high on draft boards as of earlier, I guess, in the season. He only shoots at 34% from three, which is, I'd say below league average at the NBA level. And I think he's just an okay defender. I think it's just the idea of a big wing. Like he's just a big, thicker wing that can get to the bucket. Really good true shooting percentage. Like his percentages are really good, especially from two. He shoots the free throw at a 79% clip, which is something I love to see. Like I'm a huge free throw line percentage guy, so I think he's a more of a trendy pick. We'll see how he ends up. I can see him shooting up a lot of draft boards, but also shooting down a lot of draft boards. So we'll see.
Yeah, you're right. We have not talked about him. He's been on my radar. He wasn't in mine. I think that with him, it's like when you think of like the style of player he is and translating to the NBA, they don't always. There's not always a big hit rate with those kind of players, like downhill bruiser
Sure,
drivers.
sure.
Like there's not always a good turnover with that. So definitely some potential there. But my 16, I have Malik Thomas from Arkansas,
Wow,
another
nice.
guard. Hey, I'll tell you what, my mock draft right now, this top 17 is very guard heavy.
Okay.
Very guard heavy. Malik Thomas, quick scoring guard. He thrives in creating space and he hits tough shots. And like his size and defense is definitely a concern. But I think the offensive talent will definitely give him real upside, and like a lot of teams will look into that. Really has been putting it on late for Arkansas. I was actually literally just watching the game Arkansas
Yeah.
and Alabama, and he was killing it in the first half,
Yeah.
like shooting the ball, and he's getting to the rim. You know, he's good in the mid range.
Yeah.
Um, really love that duo for Arkansas. But yeah, I got Malik Thomas in my
So here,
16.
to come to your defense, I don't have him, but I could see me having him in the future. To come to your defense on this, where would he be if Darius Acuff didn't exist? Are we talking about him way more?
I think so. Yeah, maybe not. He'd probably be like 10, maybe.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with
Yeah.
that.
So, oh yeah, I'll snake it. My bad. 15 again, another guard. I mean, I'm just kind of coming around to some of these guards after like actually like doing my homework and looking into Braden Burries, man.
Mm.
Confident scoring guard, strong downhill attack, playmaking flashes. You know, for especially for him playing at Arizona, being like the only 3-point threat. Like he carries a lot of the burden of like scoring from the perimeter for them. But kind of just like he kind of in a way he gives me similarity to like Keaton Wagler in the sense of like scoring the ball. Like maybe not necessarily the playmaking that Keaton Wagler has, but the way he can get downhill and score for others. Again, a lot of these guards that I have in these high teens right now are great offensive players, and maybe defensive side is just kind of like we got to figure it out.
Yeah, dude, that's another guy. I think you're 3 for 3 on guys I don't have, but guys that I could see myself having in the future. So I like that pick a lot. My number 16, I guess my number 15 guy, another guy we haven't talked about yet, Merez Johnson, out of Michigan. I wanted to include one of these big guys on Michigan, and I was deciding between Mara and Johnson. I gave the edge to Johnson, not only because he's younger, I just think his game translates a little bit more to the next level. He's only 6'9", which slightly worries me, but this dude, like, I mean, he just doesn't miss shots. He has the third best true shooting percentage in the entire nation. And I get that he's a big, and that's just something a big should have, but he's shooting 71.1% true shooting percentage in the nation, which is literally third place. His block rate is really good, 4.9%. That's a really good block rate. Just a guy that you really like to see. I think his role has stepped up as of late. A lot of these games, he's been having a bigger role, grabbing a lot of rebounds. Like his offensive rating in terms of offensive rebound percentage is also super, super high, especially for a guy that's only 6'9". So I think his ceiling is capped because he's not huge, but I think he could be a bruiser that just plays in the paint and knows his role where he's not going to get 18, 20, 22 points a game at the NBA level, but he could be like a 12 and 10 kind of guy that really blocks shots and like you'd love to have as like your sixth man. You know what I mean? So,
I think that's the first one deal that I kind of just like almost like just disagree with. Like I think especially playing on the number stuff, it's hard to evaluate sometimes players when they're on such a good team like this. Like a guy that's not necessarily like maybe an eighth, seventh, eighth guy, on the team. Like how well does he actually play when he's not playing on the best team in the country with Mara and Lindenberg playing around them? Like obviously you're gonna play better and you're gonna get more rebounds and block percentages when you're playing with two of the other best bigs in the country.
I guess I would disagree in terms of like I think I would argue it's actually easier to stat pad when you're on a worse team because you're more of the focal point. So it's easier for you to get more points, get more rebounds, get more assists because you're the best player in terms of that. Also, like he's playing 60.4% of minutes, which is third best on the team. Like I would argue he's probably the third guy on that team behind Ledenberg and Cadeau. But
Mm.
I guess we can agree to disagree. Again, that's the beauty of this stuff. Number 14, Steve, I think you might be in the similar range with me. This is maybe the biggest faller so far. I'm gonna go Jaden Quaintance, man.
Mm.
Um, just a guy. Again, we talked about it with Chris Senac, a guy that's just not putting up the numbers that I thought he was. Going into this year, a lot of question marks. Injury prone. Didn't know how it was gonna pan out this year. Bro, he's barely played, and when he has played, it's been suspect at best. I need to see way more out of him. this is a guy that we thought was going to be like a double double machine at Kentucky, especially because they don't have dominant bigs, maybe outside of Moreno. The whole team's been disappointing. He's been disappointing. I think I can't move him up until he really starts to show that he belongs in that top 10 range.
Yeah, I mean I will agree with you. He definitely is not as high up as he's dropped every week. If that gives you any upside to like what I had him as, but yeah, I completely agree with you there. I'll touch more on that when I get to him for
Yeah.
mine. My 14, I got Braylon Mullins from UConn. Something about just like shooting just translates at the next level, and man, like this kid can just shoot it. He is an NBA ready level 3-point shooter, and that just translates to me. I mean, I feel like he's got a knack for shooting. He's got a knack for coming off screens and shooting. I just think they like in the right system, like he's going to be a guy that like will end up being a 10 to 15 points per game in his rookie year. I think he'll be a guy that goes in the teens and ends up making an all rookie team, like second team all rookie.
I love that.
So he is my 14. My 13, I got Thomas Howell. I've kind of had him in this same range for a while. I haven't really moved him up, haven't moved him down. Versatile, hardworking, scores, defends, rebounds, literally just does anything that you need out of a player. I think it's just maybe one, he's older, and two, he doesn't have that like jump out the gym athleticism. Like he's athletic, but I wouldn't say he's a like quick twitch like athlete. Like, you know, he can't necessarily. I wouldn't throw him the ball one on one, no ball screen, and say, hey, like I want you to go get a bucket. But like, I trust him to make an open shot. I trust him to make the right play, and there is definitely some value. I touched on that in my video on him for TikTok that so he will find a value. I'm telling you, he screams Miami Heat to me.
Yeah,
Like
I
he
can see
just
it.
screams a
I can
Miami
see
Heat
it.
player, like someone who would fit in that system so well and have similar success to Jaime Jaquez had that first year there.
I like it. Yeah, dude, I don't think you've missed on any of these. I don't think I actually have any of them in mind, but I don't think you've missed. Um, okay, so we're going to use the same argument that you had with Braylon Mullins, the guy I'm about to say, and you're going to hate this pick. I think we're just going to agree to disagree on this because we literally talked about him, I think, 2 nights ago. My number 13 guy, he was unranked last time we did this. This is my shot in the dark. I'm pulling up from 35 feet. This is my deep ball. This is it right here. Milan
Oh
Momcilovic. I'm,
gosh.
I'm going for it. I'm going for it. Dude, he's shooting 53% from three. We want to use the argument shooting translates. Dog, shooting translates, man. I know he's old. He doesn't move well. Like, let's just be honest. Let's just call a spade a spade. This dude is not a good defender. Well below average on defense. He can't move. He doesn't rebound well for his position. There's not really a ton of upside with this guy. I'll tell you straight up. But I don't think there's an argument. This guy is the best 3-point shooter in the entire class. He's shooting 51% from three on 9 attempts a game. He's shooting 53% from the field. He's also shooting 90% from the free throw line. That just tells me it's not a fluke. Like this is just something that he's able to do. I really did not picture myself having this guy this high, but after watching him the last 2 3 weeks, I'm like, I just don't see a way that like a championship contending team would not want this guy if they're struggling to like shoot threes. Like he can come off the bench and easily hit 3 4 5 threes and change the course of a game. I just truly believe that, and I think there's a ton of value in that. Again, I don't think that he is an elite defender. I don't think he'll ever get there. I don't think he'll ever get to elite rebounder. I don't even think he'll ever get to like an elite playmaker. I just think that he is an elite shot maker and he knows his role, and there's going to be value with that at the next level.
All right, here's my rebuttal to that. I completely agree with everything you said. Like I definitely agree. Like I think pound for pound, wide open shots. Like yes, he is one of the top 3-point shooters, if not the top 3-point shooter.
Sure.
You watch that Houston game. I'm surprised you said this because like we just talked about this like with the Houston game. Like dude, like they clamped him. Like
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
you put a defender on him and telling him, hey, like this kid is not shooting the ball. You're not playing help defense. Like, what do you mean? Like this dude literally could not create any space. Like,
I agree. He's the best offensive player on Iowa State. I don't think he'll be the best offensive player on an NBA team that he goes to. He's averaging 18 points a game. That's
Well,
literally number one on his team.
I guess I get okay. I guess I could see NBA. It's more space. Like he's gonna get his shot to shoot threes. Like he's not gonna get face guarded.
Yeah.
But at the same time, man, like I don't know. I just don't. He's so slow. Like he actually might be the slowest guy I've
Yeah.
seen as a prospect in a long time. Like
It's yeah,
in
it's
all
gonna
in
be
all my days as being a scout for NBA drafts, man, I've never seen anything like it before.
there should be some real validity of him choosing not to go to the combine because there's no way those numbers help him out. There's just no way.
Unless he like kills the shooting drill and he goes like 30 for
I
30 or
guess.
something like that.
Yeah, I guess. I knew he's gonna be a little bit divided on that, so I'm happy I brought him up. Okay, number 12, a guy that I've come around on. I think you've been high on him, and I think I've finally come around on him. Ben Sturts. The dude's just no help at Iowa, and I get that he's old. I've always faded these old guys, and I think that I think that I'm right in terms of that. But dude, this guy is just a bucket, man, and he's one of these guys that's going to be a really cool success story if he's able to get to the NBA. Starting D2, ended up going low major D1, and now high major D1, and just killing the game. I've just been really impressed every single time I watch him. Really good assist rates. Doesn't turn the ball over as much as you think that he should. Handling the ball constantly. His usage rate is like unbelievable. His usage rate is like 35%, which is just like something that I don't think I've ever seen before. So he's always got the ball in his hands. 84% from the free throw line, something you want to see out of a point guard. 60% from twos, 40% from threes. Like he just makes shots, bro, and he's able to pass the ball. He'll be top 10, top 15 in assists in the whole nation. So steady point guard. I think that he finds a role at the next level, and I think I'm finally starting to come around to him too.
I He is not in mine. He has dropped out of
Wow,
mine.
dude.
I think I'm just starting to come around, not necessarily like a knock on him. I'm just starting to come around to some of these younger guards. Like
Yeah,
some of these guards I'm just starting to come around to, and then
that
like
makes
I'm
sense.
like,
Makes sense.
yeah, like I take them face value for face value, and I'm like, okay, maybe I like Malik Thomas just a little bit better. Oh yeah, and he's three,
Yeah,
four
that makes
years
sense.
younger. Like yeah, like um anyways, my 12, Keaton Wagler. I mean, what else do I have to say? Dude dropped 46 in Mackey Arena. He is the catalyst behind this Illinois offense. They are one of the slower teams in the country. They love to slow it down. He runs the whole system for them,
Mm.
and his playmaking ability around the rim is definitely something I'm keeping my eye on for the better
Yeah, I
or
agree.
for worse.
I agree.
Because I think he does better job than anyone. I think we talked about like looking at all the guards on that stat. We looked at like percentage or assist percentage
Yeah,
or assist to turnover percentage,
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
he has one of the highest assist to turnover percentages because he knows how to find people when he drives to the rim. He always makes the right decision. But the other side of that is, like I said, I want to see him finish at the rim. Like I think he's a great passer driving to the rim. I want to see him finish more at the rim.
Yeah, it's good.
But man, like he's a special player, and I also think the ceiling is just there's so much more room for him to grow with his body and stuff. Like he is obviously very very like frail and skinny, and like I think one of the guys on the commentary said, "Oh yeah, wait till next year when he comes back and he puts on 20 pounds." Like yeah, if he
Yeah,
did come back, he'd probably be preseason All American.
yeah.
But yeah, just a lot of room to grow. I would definitely like as an NBA team, I would be looking at him thinking like he could be a star in a couple of years.
Yeah, I like it.
My 11, Nate Ament.
Nice.
Amen, whatever you want to say. Dylan, he's been sneakily killing it for Tennessee after we just absolutely kind of like shit on him for like
Yeah,
2 months straight.
yeah,
They've won 6 out of their last 7. Coming back 29, 19, 22, 28, 29, like all over 20 points every game. Um, Good shooting splits. I think he's finally starting to get settled a little bit. And like I said, I think he's one of those guys too that like has the most room to grow and jump up back into that like top 8, top 7. I could definitely imagine him having a great like March Madness run, like 2 or 3 games where he's 20 plus, 20 plus, 20 plus, and then he sneaks back into like the top 7.
Yeah, no, I like that. I think we both. I've been very high on him, so I think this is probably the range that we see him at. I think I'm a little bit higher on him than you are, but guess we'll see how we finish out. My number 11, Steve. I feel like these are just guys. Every single time I say the name, I already know you're going to be saying something. This is a guy I'm lower on than you are. I know for a fact this is one of your guys. I'm going to go Mikael Brown.
Mm.
Killing it the last 2 or 3 games. But before then, he had about a 3 to 4 week stretch where he was either injured or when he was playing, it was really bad. And not just because he was injured, but because he just couldn't make shots and couldn't really do anything. 45-point game, killed it. Like I love to see that because that's just not something that not something that just happens a lot. And like you have to be really, really special to even have the idea of dropping 45. So love that. I will say he's an older freshman. Like people just, yeah, he's a freshman. Like he's going to be 20.2 at the draft, which is like much older than a guy like Jaden Quaintance. Jaden Quaintance is going to be a sophomore, but like Mikael Brown Jr. is much older than Jaden Quaintance. So I don't love that. Don't love the shot. As of late, it's been better, but it's still the mechanics aren't flawless to me. I think there are some flaws in that shot, and it's only 35% from 3, which is something I'd love to see get up. And his turnover rate's really high. He makes a lot of dumb freshman mistakes, and I know that he's a freshman, but I don't know. You just don't see that out of like a Flemings or an Acuff or like even a Phylon. I know he's a sophomore, but I don't know. I think he's solid. I think I can see him raising up my board again, but for now, I have him at 11.
That's interesting,
Um,
Dill. Man, I just last 3 games,
oh, yeah, you're a
45,
fan.
45, 29, 29.
Yeah.
10 of 16 from 3, 4 of 10 from 3, 5 of 10 from 3, or whatever. Like, I don't know how you can look at those kind of stats. I don't know how you can look at someone going 10 of 16 in a game, 45 points, and say his shot is shaky, or I don't know about the percentages. Like,
Well, because if you take away those games, he's shooting 35% from 3. You take away those games, what are the percentages? I mean, 28, 27.
I mean, he's the 4 games before that, 1 for 7, 1 for 5, 3 for 8, 1 for 7. Like, I think if you take away two of his worst games shooting it was 2 of 13 against Arkansas and two of 10 versus some other crappy school.
Yeah.
Like in the same sense, I think you could say the same about that. Like maybe he just had
Yeah,
like 2
fair.
bad games like that, kind of mess with his averages. But all right, well, you go ahead.
No, that's fair. Number 10, a guy I think I've had in this range the whole time. I'll go Hannah Steinbeck. Just like a typical like 4-man. I don't think he's gonna be a strong 5 at the next level. I think he'll be an oversized 4-man that can just stretch the floor. Getting 18 a game, 18-11. I think the stats don't lie. 18-11. Shooting the ball 36% from 3. Love to see that. 76% from the free throw line. And he has one of the highest offensive rebounding percentages in the whole nation. Something that I've been thinking about more lately is, and maybe I'm crazy for thinking this, I think the game of basketball is 2 things. I think the first thing is we really focus on who is efficient in getting the best percentages in a possession. That's half of the equation. How can you maximize a possession? I think the other half of the equation is who can just get the most possessions in general. Like who can get more possessions for your team. So there's efficiency in a possession, and there's also who can get more possessions. I think Hannah Steinbeck is one of the best in the country at just getting more possessions. I like him. He's been in this range for me the entire year, so I think will continue to have him in this range.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't have him in mind. I got someone at 10 here who I think you probably don't have in yours, and he's definitely a popular name. Yaxel Lindenberg. I mean,
Hmm.
you don't have him in yours?
No.
Yeah, I just we've talked about this before, and I think this saying this could also like this also like kind of goes against some of my other arguments. I will admit,
Huh.
but man, I'm just taking like what is out there. Like I'm taking like the best, one of the best. He is the best player on the best team. Like he leads that team. He's the best player on the team. Bro, there's got to be some like value in that. Like there's got to be some value in a 6'9", 240 guard,
Can do
and
it all. Yeah, you're
a
right.
developing shot. Like he's not a bad shooter. Like he can shoot the ball,
Yeah.
He's got a handle. He can rebound. He's a tough player. Like there's just value in that, and he's another guy that I think like, man, you put him on a Miami Heat like or Boston Celtics like real like value in a team like that.
Yeah.
So I got
I
him.
Yeah, I know you're a big fan of Yaxel. I just go back to the history of lottery picks that have been 22 years old, and there's just not a good track record there. But maybe it's different this year. If he's the best one ever, I wouldn't be surprised, but we'll see.
9, I got Jaden Quaitnance. Like you said, I don't even remember. Do you have the list of where I had him last time?
Version 1.0, you had him at 4. Version 2.0, you had him at 7.
Yeah, honestly, and if looking at this now, I wish I would have moved him down even more after hearing you talk about him. I think I wanted to move him down more, but I was scared to.
Yeah.
But now that I saw you do it, I was like, all right, like I think I can do it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I'm just gonna literally copy everything you said 10 minutes ago about him. Like, I just gotta see more. Like, there's nothing that like has come out. Like, he came back, had that really good first game against.
Yeah.
They have a double double against St. John's.
Yeah. 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 He
Had a
like
double
12.
double. I was like, oh shoot. I think that's literally when we made the mock draft. It could have been because I was like, man, like
Yeah.
he came back like, yeah, he's tough.
Yeah.
But man, like disappointing season to say the least. Like not playing now. I think he played like 2 or 3 or 4 games and then hasn't played since.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I know that you definitely like, oh yeah, like I'll take a chance on a guy like just because of his upside or whatever. I don't think there has been enough to even draft him in the lottery, in my opinion. 9 is generous right now, honestly. I don't think. I think if he doesn't play the rest of the year, I would think he 100% should just go back to school because he's
Yeah.
still young. He's still super young. Like I still think he's 19.
Yeah. He is
Like
young.
come back another year, stay at Kentucky, get better, and he'd be a top 5 pick next year.
I agree. I think we're on the same page with that.
So
Number 9, I'll go quick on this guy, LeBaron Philon. I think this is just a guy that, like, if you trust the offensive engine that he can provide, then you just draft him. If you think the defense is horrible, which it is, it's not great, then you just pass on him. It's really just, do you think this guy can be a top 2 scorer on your NBA team? And if you don't, then just pass on him. So defense needs to be better. His shooting percentages are terrific: 78% from the free throw line, 40% from three, 50% from the field. Yeah, I like him as an offensive piece. I don't like him as a defensive piece. Pretty self-explanatory. Um, Number 8, trendy pick, and I feel like I didn't fade him a ton. I feel like I faded him a little bit, and I feel bad that I did. I'm going Nate Ament. Just dude, he's a 6'10" wing. He's a freshman. He's a young guy. There's just not really much that you need to do much convincing. Like he gets to the free throw line a lot, which I like out of a shooter, and he knocks it down at a good rate, 78%. The percentages are low, like 32%. Horrible. We got to get the 3-point shooting up, but once it does, and I think that it will, he's just an easy like guy you see in the top 10. Like yeah, it's a no-brainer. He's a 6'10" shooter. Why wouldn't you draft him? So he's been playing better lately. We'd love to see that. Defense is fine. I'd say it's average. So can we get the 3-point shooting where it needs to be? If you can, I'm taking a chance on him 100%.
yeah, I like both of those explanations for both players. My 8 is LeBaron Pylon too, so I think you got him at
Yeah,
9, I got him at 8. I think we're in that same area. I think for him, in the same sense of what you were saying, of like if you like him being as a number 2 option on your team offensively, then draft him. I definitely worry about what value he brings to your team if he's not a top 2 scorer.
mhm,
Like if the ball isn't in his hands, like I'm not really sure what he brings to your team because
yeah,
he's not bringing defense. Doesn't play super well off the ball. Like he definitely needs the ball in his hands to bring value.
yeah.
It's definitely a shaky, like could be a big hit or a big miss player.
I
Like
agree. I agree.
my 7, I got my Cal Brown Jr.
Yes.
Um, Crafty, super craft. Oh wow, our meeting's gonna end.
We got 10 minutes.
Oh, we gotta. All right, we got 10 minutes, man. Mikel Brown Jr. Crafty, smaller frame, defensive questions, shooting
Yeah,
selection questions. But man, I think he is one of the best offensive guards in this draft class. Like this is a hot
Yeah.
take. I think he has comparable to Darren Peterson peak scoring abilities. Like I think when Michael Brown Jr. is at his peak, I think he is like one of the best scorers in this draft class.
That is interesting. That's really interesting. Everybody loves Darren Peterson, so that's interesting for you to say that. Steve, I think if the time runs out, the meeting will end, but we can hop back into another one just in case.
Yeah, I
So
think
we
we're
don't need to
fine.
rush it entirely. Okay. Number seven, a guy that I've dropped 2 spots since the last time, and I don't think it's because of the performance. I think it's just because of 2 guys that have been a little bit better. I'm going Darius Acuff. The argument's simple, man. I think that he has a real chance to win SEC Player of the Year as a true freshman. Arkansas has been fine. They've been a little bit disappointing, but not much. Darius Acuff, man, he's just like how many Calipari guards do we need to see go through his ranks until we're just like, okay, if it's a Calipari guard, a young freshman that is just killing the game, like why wouldn't we draft him? You know? So another one of these guys is like the defense is fine. Like it's a better defender than like LeBaron Philon or Mikel Brown Jr. But like he's short, he's not gonna be able to guard bigger guards. Something that I worry about. But his steal rate's good, his block rate's good for being 6'3". Just like yeah, can he be like a Tyus Jones level guy where like he's probably your fourth or fifth starter, but he's like getting 18 points a game, maybe not even 18, maybe like 15 or 16 points a game and getting like 7 dimes. Like I'll take that number seven, 100%. I'll take that number seven. So, um, I will go Nate or Darius Acuff. I'm assuming you have him a little bit higher. Number six, you said his name before. I might be the biggest fan out there. Keaton Wagler, number six. Dude, another.
Ooh,
I know. I'm pulling again. This one. I don't think this is from 35. I think this is from 30, maybe. Um,
dang.
I I like these shooters, man. What can I say? I like these shooters. I think that he was an elite shooting guard on the best offense in the nation, and I think that they have transformed his role into a point guard, and he's been an elite point guard on the best offense in the nation. I think his offense just speaks for itself. There's questions defensively, as there are with every single freshman guard in the
I was
class.
about to say, I feel like
Um,
that's a theme with us talking today. Is oh, we love him offensively, but defensively,
yeah,
oh, well,
yeah,
probably
no,
surprisingly because all the guys in our top five are like lockdown defenders and they can
that's true.
score.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. He is a little bit older for a freshman, which I don't love. I'm a big age guy, but decent steal rates. Doesn't turn the ball over. You love to see that. Just doesn't turn the ball over, and he's shooting 43% from three. Which I mean, dude, he's got the ball in his hands all the time. His usage rate is through the roof. So for shooting 43% from with a high usage rate, it's just something that I love to see. I love to see it. 2.6 assist to turnover rate. Dude, I'm just a huge fan of him, man. I really am a huge fan of him. So um, is it crazy for me to think that like he could sneak into my top five eventually? I don't know.
I
I
think
don't
it's
know.
pretty crazy. I think it's crazy having him in the top eight.
Yeah.
Um, my six. Oh, I may catch a lot of hate from you for this one. Caleb Wilson.
Oh,
Caleb Wilson.
I don't like that. I don't like that. Oh,
Yeah. I think my main thing with him is just again, maybe not necessarily like what he's doing wrong, but what just these other guys are above I have above him are doing so well right now. Like I was going through it and I was just like, man, like some of these guys, like I just feel like there is nothing I can do to make one of these guys go up or down. Like I can't move. I'll sneak peek. I got Darius Acuff above him, and I was just like, man, like I just don't know how I'm not taking Darius Acuff above him. Um, Definitely he's got a lot of like high ceiling. Like I think you saw flashes in that Duke game of him, being able to score, face up and shoot it. I need to see him. I don't think he's going to be that big of an impact player at the NBA offensively unless he can sit and sit and shoot wide open threes. Like I think it's there. We just haven't seen it. We'll have to see. I'll have to see more of that. I would definitely like to see his shooting stuff at the combine.
yeah, yeah.
Five. I got Darius Acuff. Um, I think he might be my favorite scoring guard secondary to Peterson and Michael Brown. So I guess you could just I guess I should have just said he's my third favorite. He's my third favorite. Yeah, I mean, elite handles, tough shot making ability, all three levels. Um, and like you said, probably the best player in the SEC. SEC Player of the Year, most likely. Um, I feel like you got to have the best player in the SEC, especially he's a freshman. You got to
Yeah,
have him in the top five.
yeah, I like it. No, good pick. I'm also a huge Acuff fan, so I guess a little bit lower than you, but he's a great player. Um, Number five, he moved up one since the last time we talked about him. Man, I think his shot mechanics are horrendous. Like one of the worst I've ever seen out of a guard, but it goes in, man. I don't know what else to say. I'm going Kingston Flemings. Um, just a guy that you don't really expect at the beginning of the season. A Houston guard, a Houston freshman guard. You just don't really see that a lot getting drafted this high, but I don't know what else to say, man. He's a great player. He's getting, 20 points a game, 18 points a game on a Houston team that is not really known for scoring. And he locks up, bro. Like he is a fantastic defender. Gets to his spots. Reminds me a lot of Braden Burries. I know we talked about this the other day, but he just gets to his spot. Like he gets to the 15 foot and he just knocks the shot down every single time. It feels like so. 39% from three, 84% from the free throw line. I don't know if the shooting translates 1 to 1, which worries me, but I think he's the best defending guard in the class. Maybe outside DP, but I'm a big fan. And every single time I watch him, I'm like, what is there not to like? Literally, what is there not to like? I don't think he has any major weaknesses. So, yeah, I'll go Kingston Flemings at five, and then we'll go the prospect that divides the nation. Cam Boozer. The argument for Cam is simple, and we've said it a million times. He's going to be the best player as the youngest player in the draft. Just take it at face value. I think that he'll be a good NBA player. I think his ceiling's capped. It's funny. I saw on Twitter the other day, and I'm not trying to bring up like not I'm not trying to be like weird and bring up race. That's not what I'm doing at all. But like if his name was like Cam Buzervich and he was like a white guy from Europe, would I like him better? I think actually I probably would, just because I'm used to like those Europeans playing slower, playing off of 2 feet, using shot face, getting to the free throw line. Um, I don't know, man. I just feel like he's limited, and we've talked about it a million times, and I'm sure that you'll talk about it too. But yeah, I have Cam Boozer at four.
Yeah, all right, Dill. My four is Cam Boozer. I think I had him at four last time.
You had him at five last time.
Okay, so I moved him up. He's slowly going up for me. Literally, I'm just gonna repeat exactly what you said. The best player in the draft, the best player in college, and the youngest player in the draft. Like you gotta just take what's in front of you. We both agree we don't like him in his ceiling, I guess you could say, but again, I can't say this about Yaxel and then not say it about Cam Boozer of just like production translates. Like he produces on one of the best teams in college basketball and leads the country in scoring and rebounding and whatever. Like I gotta respect it. So it's probably one of those things that like I guess I'm putting him here, but it's like a reluctant like I have to put him here, just because like I don't feel like I can justify putting him below five at this point. So that's my four. My three, Kingston Flemings, man. I kind of had him
Nice.
flipped
Nice.
with Caleb Wilson, I guess, for you at this point. I guess
Yeah.
I'm just really high on Kingston Flemings.
Dog.
Physical, downhill guard. He doesn't get rattled. He can shoot the three. You don't like the mechanics. I feel like where we disagree here about mechanics and stuff like that and shot form and stuff is like dude, like you're in college and stuff. Like he's not the last dude I can think about that's really changed the shot form is like Lonzo Ball, like going into NBA. Like if it's
Mm.
not broke, you don't need to really fix it. And I feel like unless it like prohibits you from like getting your shot off, like it's
Sure,
not
yeah.
it's a quick release. Like it's not it just doesn't look good. And he his ability to drive full speed, stop on a dime, pull up, and just
Yeah, it's
like
elite.
it's elite. Like it is NBA level. I think you'll see that a ton at the NBA level for him.
Yeah.
And man, his quick twitch athleticism from a guard is probably top in this draft in my opinion. Like his athletic, because there's a lot of guys who are athletic. Like I think AJ is an athletic guy, but translating the athleticism into like downhill drives, I don't think anyone translates it better than
I
Kingston
like that.
Flemings.
I like that argument. That's actually, I think you said that really well. Um, okay, my turn. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. All right. Number three. I mean, just get on your feet. I'm about to shake something up, Steve. I'm about to shake it up. I'm about to shake it up. I don't care. I don't care. This guy is every draft board 1 and 2. Every draft board. I have not seen him lower than number 2. And you're gonna call me crazy. Oh, Dylan, no, you're crazy. You don't know what you're talking about. Darren Peterson, number 3. I don't care. I don't care. I'm going Darren Peterson, number 3. His last 5 games have been fine at best. He had a really good game against Baylor. He had 26 points. Then after that, 16 points, 0 assist. 16 points, 1 assist. 18 points, 1 assist. 14 points, 1 assist. 10 points, 0 assist. He's just not getting it done for me. On top of that, he's been injured half the year. Who knows what's going on for him? I don't know. Is it like, is he lying or is he genuinely injured? Either way, it's a red flag. And the cherry on top, do we just ignore the fact that he has a negative assist to turnover ratio? Like, it is not above 1. Like, he has more turnovers on the year than assists. That is a huge red flag, especially out of a guard, especially out of a guy that's supposed to be a combo guard demigod. Like, dude, we're talking about the number 3 pick in maybe the most stacked draft class of all time. He's obviously a fantastic basketball player, and I think that his game is going to translate very well, and he'll make a lot of money in the NBA. I just think there's more red flags than people are willing to admit. I really do. I really, really do. And I don't think he's a perfect prospect. That's all I'm going to say about him.
Yeah, I'll
That's
say
all.
this. I'll say this. I think we would be talking about him differently if he didn't have such a dominant game against AJ. Like
That's
I
true.
think it was the ultimate like, hey, like who 1 and 2? Like who are we going with? And he
Yeah.
resoundingly said like,
Fair.
no, I'm that dude. Like
Fair.
I'm going first. Yeah, man. Oof, that's a hot take.
Hot take. I know. I know,
Well,
but
go
I'm
ahead. You
standing.
got to snake it. You got to go to 2 now.
Number 2, Caleb Wilson. I just
Oh no.
I'm a huge Caleb Wilson guy. He's 6'11" and has a 38-inch vertical. There's no way that an NBA team is not going to be jumping over the moon for him. He shoots 72% from 2. He doesn't miss a shot from 2. His free throw percentage has gone way up. Like he's a below average shooter. It's not a secret. He cannot shoot threes. If it literally increases at all, he's the best prospect. If he can shoot 35% from 3, how is he not the best prospect in this draft? How? This kid is a ridiculous basketball player. Yeah, 26% from 3, not what you want to see, but 71% from the free throw line is so much better than we thought it was going to be. And dude, he shoots the ball really good, 63% true shooting percentage, something you love to see. A way better assist to turnover ratio than Darren Peterson. And let me remind you, Darren Peterson is a guard. He's getting 20 and almost 10 on a UNC team that is really struggling without him, which is just a very big sign on why you should probably take him top 2 or 3. So, yeah, I'm higher on Caleb Wilson than a lot of people, and I'm higher on my number 1 than a lot of people. But dude, this is why we do these drafts, man. Is to shake it up a little bit and to have some personality. This is my another one of these shot in the darks for me. I'm going Caleb Wilson, number 2.
Sheesh. Honestly, dude, my thing with that is I think you're. I don't necessarily agree with getting behind. I think you're kind of hiding behind those stats a little bit with him. You know, the fact that like everything's a dunk for him, everything's around the rim. Like it's not like he's like shooting like a bunch of mid-range twos or like floaters and stuff like Darren Peterson's shot difficulty is 10 times harder
But
than.
why? Well, why is that an argument to why he's not like what is the argument there?
Well, I think you're talking about like the shooting percentages for 2 for Caleb Wilson, and you're talking about the assist to turnover ratio for Darren Peterson. Dude, Darren Peterson's like every time he plays, he's got all 5 guys watching at him. Caleb Wilson's not a guy you throw the ball and everyone on the team looks at him.
Oh, disagree. You know how many doubles that or not Arizona that Duke was sending at him, or like any of these teams that he's played, double teamed out the wazoo.
I just don't think in my opinion, I just don't think Caleb Wilson is like an ISO person like
Yeah,
these
but
other guys are.
okay, so here's my thing. Like, if Darren Peterson's shooting 55% from pull-up twos and Caleb Wilson is shooting 72% from dunks, and that's all that they did. That's literally the only 2-point shots that they're taking. Who are you like what's better in your opinion?
55% from pull up twos is pretty tough.
But it's worth 2 points. They're both worth 2 points.
I mean, yeah, but like they're two different players. Like you're it's like valuing like it's like that's like saying like it's like a big versus a guard. Like I'm not comparing Caleb Wilson shooting 70%. I don't know. I don't know how to explain what I'm thinking here, but like
Yeah,
I'm
no,
not comparing that at all.
okay.
Um my two, Dylan, AJ DeBonta. I got him at two.
Hmm.
We talked about last time. I'm worried about the turnovers with him. Um I
So,
only have him at two. I think he's been my one for this whole time, right?
last time you had him at number one.
Yeah, I think he's been my one the whole time, and I think not to say like this is just how I'm feeling right now. Like I definitely think like I could feel differently next mock draft we do. I just think this is how I'm feeling right now. That like I feel better about Darren Peterson number one overall. Like I just think like one here's what I'll say about the injuries and stuff like that. One, yes, okay, maybe not playing with the flu, like not at least giving it a try. Like yeah, maybe a little soft. But the injuries, it's like if he was in the NBA right now, he'd be sitting out for 3 months. Like no question
Uh,
about it. And no one would bat an eye about it. It's just the fact that it's college. He's trying to come back. He's trying to play, and he's playing through it, and people are berating him for it. Like, oh, like you should just sit out if you're hurt. Like, bro, what do you mean? Like you don't want him to play? Like
yeah.
he's only got like 2 months left here, a month.
Yep, yep.
Like let him play. Like let him try to do it. Like I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to believe though. Like honestly, with Darren Peterson, like there's just so many different rumors going around. Um, until I hear differently, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt that he's actually injured and he's playing through
Sure.
it.
Sure. So that's just your 2 and 1 right there?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, my number one, obviously not a secret. Just a reminder. On November 28th, AJ DeBanza went out and had 18 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. Since November 28th, he has had 2 games, 2 games where he scored less than 20 points. Every single other game has been either a 20 ball, a 30 ball, or a 40 ball, or a 30-point triple double. He just scores, man. And I know sometimes example, Arizona, not his best game, 6 for 24. I mean, he still gets 24 points on 24 shots. If that's your bad game, I don't like, dude, I don't know. I don't know. I just think that's a good player. I'm just taking it for how it is. He's a 6'9" lengthy wing that's fine. He's an average defender, maybe even a slightly below average defender. But dude, he just scores the ball. What's the whole point of basketball? To score more points than your opponent. He just scores the ball, man. I don't know. I'm just a huge AJ fan. The red flags are real. I think you're right. I think the turnovers worry me a little bit. As a reminder, he has a better assist to turnover ratio than Darren Peterson. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, the turnovers are a little bit worrisome, and the block and steal percentages are a little bit worrisome. Other than that, I don't know how many times I gotta say it, dude. I'm a huge fan of AJ. I think he's gonna be a phenomenal player and make a lot of money in the NBA someday.
Yeah, I think that we have talked about this all three mock drafts. Like we're just gonna have to agree to disagree. I don't think a 6 for 20, 6 for 24 game scoring 24 points. I don't think that's a good game.
Yeah.
Um, I equivalent some of the again, and this feels like I'm like hating on him. Like I don't like I love his game, and
Oh,
I
you haven't
think
known too? Yeah. No, I
like
get it.
he is like it's literally like 1A 1B for me right now. Like I could easily
Yeah.
put him number one, but devil's advocate of AJ like talking about this like 6 of 24, 24 points. It's giving me vibes of like he's just like he's no Richie Saunders now. Like this team isn't the team it was. Like dude, like yeah, he's gonna shoot 25 shots a game. Like
No,
you
he's
would
gonna be pulling
expect
it.
it. So I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's great. Steve, I love doing these, man. You got any oh, here's something. Here's something I got. I'm gonna talk about somebody I dropped from the rankings. I'll choose one of a random guy. You can choose somebody randomly that you drop from your rankings. I'm gonna go with Tonde Yesufu. Last
Mm.
time we talked about him, he was number 13 on my big board. I dropped him out of the rankings, and I now have 17 prospects instead of 16 like I had last time. He's no longer on my big board. I think the biggest reason for me is just like he's an old freshman. He's 20.1 at the draft, which means he's going to be really old. And I thought he was a better defender than he really is. Just because he's 6'5", 215, I thought he was like in an athlete. I'm like, oh, this guy can guard. He's actually got a really bad defensive rating. If you look at Tankathon, it's a really bad defensive rating. I couldn't tell you what goes into defensive rating, but it's really bad. I think it's just like their defense when he's on the court. It's just not where you want to see it. And then again, like 32% from three. You're 6'5". You can't shoot 32% from three. So that's why I have him dropped. Steve, you can go ahead and talk about somebody if you have him queued up.
I didn't. I can really the only guy on my mind that I'm thinking about that I dropped out was Bennett Sturts.
I got one. Maybe you can talk about him. Neo Abdallas.
Neo Dallas, man. Yeah, I will talk about him. Honestly, again, I think on paper, I loved him. Like I was looking at the stats, I was like, man, like a guy who. Wait, no, I'm tripping. The opposite. Looking at him in person and watching some clips, I'm like, man, he's
Yeah.
tough. But when you really start to get into the stats with him, he's just not like producing. He's not producing at the level of being in my big board. Like, you know, horrible splits. You know, I just, I think I saw the translation of like that European style, and I'm like, man, like he's like a little mini Luca out there. Like, he plays just like him.
Dude, you got me excited. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Like your video got me excited. I was like, yeah, Steve's onto something.
Yeah, I thought it was. But man, and he just hasn't been able to do much with Virginia Tech, and I think like it really does kind of come down to that like he's one of the better players on the best player on the team or whatever. He was the big recruit,
Yeah,
and they're not performing. Like they are skeptical to make March Madness. I don't think they're going to make it at this point.
yeah,
Um, yeah, I don't know.
that's
I
good.
think that I would have to see something pretty crazy in this final stretch.
Yeah,
So,
yep. All right,
all right, Dill.
good stuff, man. I love this, bro. I love this. I can do this tomorrow. I could do this tomorrow, bro.
All right, well,
Real quick, shout out to like there I get some texts every once in a while that are like, I just watched your video all the way through. Like if you watch the whole thing, this might be like a 45-minute video, maybe even closer to an hour. If you watch this whole thing, man, shout out to you. Shout out to you, man. Thanks for having our back. We really appreciate it.
yeah, we've gotten like 1 view per video the past like 5 videos we put out. So who knows, man?
Yeah.
But
This is the one.
hopefully, man, we'll see. Oh man, all right. Appreciate y'all.
Thanks, guys.